A bitter end for Baker and the Bucs. Here he is post-game.
Baker, you had a situation down there in the fumble. Just describe it. Was the jet sweep that Jalen was too power by you, or just what happened there?
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to me, just timing it up correctly. First one all year that happened on, so obviously timing of it not great, being backed up. Defense had just done a hell of a job getting us the ball. Another fourth down stop, and yeah, unfortunate, but that falls on me.
You guys have scored so many points this year. This is probably the fewest since coming back to San Francisco. Was it just their ability to possess the ball on offense? You didn't have any chances, or what do you think happened after you didn't score more 20?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't convert some of those third downs early on, and then second quarter got into, obviously the penalties didn't help us out getting into longer yardage situations, and we weren't helping ourselves out. Felt like we were able to move the ball, but weren't capitalizing.
Baker, when you have I think you guys only have 7 possessions tonight. How hard is it to get a rhythm when you guys not getting the ball a lot?
Yeah, it's extremely hard not to get, trying to get into a rhythm in that circumstance. But like I said, in the first half, we, didn't capitalize on the chances we had, and I think we would have been able to get into a rhythm early on, which would have helped us out in the long run. Obviously, the 2-minute drill before halftime helped us out, getting back in and tying the ball game up. But second half just came down to errors on us on the offense.
When you look back on this season, how would you view this season? Is it successful, underperforming? What do you think?
I mean, right now it absolutely sucks. So it's disappointing overall, because I believe in this team. I believe we had the talent and the coaching staff and everybody around us to be able to go far. But looking back, trying to take a step back, big picture, is this group fought. There was a lot of people that stepped up throughout the year, a ton of guys that stepped up into huge roles, and so there's a lot to be proud of. And in this moment, that's hard to see, but there was a lot of young guys that are going to be on this roster next year that had to step up and did in a big way. So that should build confidence for those guys, and knowing that who they are as players and as men in adversity situations to be able to step up like they did. So that's something to be proud of. And yeah, it just goes back to being disappointing and not making the plays when you need it the most.
Are you going to be that kind to yourself as well? Because I know you are really tough on yourself.
Probably not. Just some dumb stuff today that cost the team. So it's yeah, that's going to wear on me for a while.
Do you think in time, though, you'll be able to sit back and look proudly on what you were able to accomplish this year with this group of guys? You helped a lot of them grow. Several guys, their first catch, their first touchdown came because of you.
It's never just about one person, and that's what this team, that's what they embodied, and that's the most important part. That's the thing that they can be proud of, is that we grew together. Guys helped each other out and stepped up, and but it's never about one person, and unfortunately made a few mistakes here at the team today.
Baker's second and 1 on the goal line. Looks like Graham snapped the ball too soon. Is that what happened there?
Yeah, trying to get him to jump off sides. I think he thought they did jump off sides or in the neutral zone. So yeah, just one of those things that he thought that happened, but it just goes back to everybody being on the same page and being able to everybody moving when he snaps the ball and execute the play, and that's absolutely not what happened.
You won a lot of games late, but you lost a lot too, where you just didn't finish it. Is that the next step for maybe it's a combination of youth or mistakes or whatever, but when you look back, you see, including this game, games that you had in control?
Absolutely. I mean, tonight was a perfect example of offensively taking advantage of what the defense just did for us, that fourth down stop, and then obviously not timing the motion up for the jet sweep. And so there's things that doing all the little things right will always come back to beat you in playoff mode, because you're always playing a good team in the playoffs, and they're going to capitalize on it, and they did that. And so, yeah, you look at a loss like this is extremely disappointing, because you feel like you can control it. You could have capitalized on some of that stuff. We could have driven the field, gotten points, taken a lot of time off the clock, and taken the lead, and we didn't do that.
Did you feel like at that point, too, because Bucky was starting to get it rolling, that you were in rhythm, and that would have, without the turnover, you would probably get that done?
Absolutely. Yeah, especially after that. It's between, that drive, felt like we were going to be able to go 96 yards. And then, obviously, we moved the ball down the field the next one, but ended up with a field goal instead of a touchdown, and it ended up hurting us in the end.
How frustrating was that at the very end there when the clock bled as much as it did, and you didn't get another chance to get back out on the field?
That's frustrating, but that's offensively we did that to ourselves. We didn't capitalize on our opportunities, and they took advantage of it.
How would you summarize the season as a whole for you and for this team?
Obviously, I mean, you start the season off with setting your goals as a team, and you start with the division, and we did that, and we had to battle to do it. So that's one thing to be proud of. But like I said earlier, it's disappointing because I really believed in this team. I still do, but obviously every year is different. The roster is going to look different, so that's the sad part about it is this group had the makeup to go all the way, and unfortunately we didn't bring our best stuff tonight, and Washington did.
Okay, thank you.
So a tough end of the season for Baker Mayfield, and a place that it doesn't often end. Mayfield's first career loss in the wild card round. Now 2-1 in that round as he has obviously taken back his career from the narrative that was drawn out earlier on, but it's an end scene here against Jaden Daniels and the Commanders.